Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. The Eagles' Jake Elliott has it all teed up, and we're off from the city of brotherly love. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
It's been the home of the Chiefs since 1972. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The perennial Pro Bowler, Justin Tucker, has it on the tee. And off we go here at Arrowhead. And this opening kickoff doesn't reach the landing zone, hitting short of the 20, so that will move the ball out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Yellow. 15.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Yellow. Tie down these two.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And, man, they're too fast for linebacker.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, But now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Yellow, yellow.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Hey, 43.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
Mahomes on 1st down. He keeps it himself, and he'll be taken down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
To throw is Mahomes. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Noah Gray. Touchdown, KC. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Yellow.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Hey, Riblet.
Throwing is Mahomes. And he will take it in and tack on the 2 points to make it 8-0.
You just have to find a way defensively to step up there and get a stop. It's one thing to give up 6. You allow a touchdown. But now dig deep, man. Get a stop. Looked like there was some confusion, and offense is going to come away with 8.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
So after 1, 8-0 is our score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. On the option, they give it to Henry. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. They'll run it on first down with Henry. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. This one complete to Bateman. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Second down and 8. Lamar going to work from the pistol. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
On third down, Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now Jackson, this a design run. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
So on second down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on third and goal, I don't think you have any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
Final play of the half. Jackson. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be brought down. They passed on that field goal attempt, and they get nothing out of it as the first half comes to an end. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Hardy now with the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Set to go now on first and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's complete to the veteran, Nelson Aguilar. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Aguilar goes off in motion. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 10. First down.
first and 10. Jackson. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Jackson now on second down. And they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. On play action, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
He'll try to run for it. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone. Inside the 20. What a play on fourth and long. 47 yards. So they move inside the 20. First and 10 at the 18. Back to throw. Jackson. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target, and it'll be second down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Second down, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
A pass pulled in by Henry. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Henry tries to pull his way in. And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this third quarter has come to an end. Back up to the 3. It's second and goal. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. Third and goal coming up. Throwing Jackson. It is brought in the end zone. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a 2-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this 2-point conversion here to tie it up.
Big moment here for the Ravens as they will go for the 2-point conversion. Now it's Jackson. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those two off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
So the lead is down to just 2 now in the fourth quarter as they kick it off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Gray. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. On second down, Mahomes. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. Got a man, it's Kelsey. Complete. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Mahomes now to throw on second down. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They need 8 as they come up for third down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Kelsey. Look at the big guy rumble. And he will go all the way. Travis Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City.
And that should all but put this one away, Mike. And we've had some big plays throughout this game, but none bigger than that one right there. They score on the long touchdown, and that makes this a 2-possession game here late.
That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Hardy now with the return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return, and the drive will begin there. Here is first and 10. Now, Jackson. Now, deep ball for Bateman. That's caught. And he will score. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. Here's first and 10. Gray is the motion man here. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. Still fighting. What a run. Shedding tacklers. Picks up 9 on the play. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. To the right side. Hauled in by Kelsey. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a first down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
And they'll take this down inside the 45. Man in motion is Brown. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game is over. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. They're going to send their fans home quite happy.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And we're off in Detroit. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. He gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense up to the line fast.
That's good for the Lions.
First down throw from Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Goff on 1st and 10. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And this is picked up by the 49ers. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The 49ers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Jake Moody on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Greg Reynolds to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled.
At their own 37-yard line.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Has the connection to right. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Offense in the hurry up here. 2nd and 1. And the 49ers get there and take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Goff now, 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They go play action with Goff. He's going to push one deep down the... Wide open down the field, and he has it! And in for the Detroit touchdown. No doubt about it, Brock, that was a route they worked on in practice, and it manifested in a touchdown with the downs counted here.
And no doubt about it, Kate, you grew up watching and celebrating Jerry Rice running that exact route, didn't you?
Yes, sir. You know it. You know it.
He was so good at it. Every receiver could do it some of the time, but Jerry and the best of them, they do it all the time, just like that one right there.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. They stick with McCaffrey. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, He ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Dose of the hurry-up offense here. Third and long for him here. Caught into the hands of the rookie from Florida. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Both teams neck and neck so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's a 49er first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
They'll run here on first down. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about real power. He got to rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
He rolls to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up. On the gun is Purdy. They're on him again. He goes down again. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. And it's the 49ers in trouble on 4th and long. This will not connect. Not enough leg and too far left as well. And the score remains knotted 7-all.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Off play action, Goff. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On first down, it's Goff. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jair Brown has it. And the 49ers get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something-something to the return.
Purdy on first down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. And now it's second down. Plowing up the middle. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That was a Fatu Melifonwu there to make the play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On third down, Purdy. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. Along the sideline inside the 25. And he's finally stopped right at the start of that red zone, down at the 20. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. San Francisco calls it second timeout. Trying again, following the sack. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Here's Purdy to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions are going to set up just beyond the 10-yard line. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit. Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. From the gun, Goff. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the shotgun, Goff. He's trying to push the field. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. That's Deshaun Gibson. And the 49ers do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit.